So there's two things here. I'm going to talk about the spoon real quick.
Okay.
So the spoon, 1,000,000% without a doubt, we can move matter with our minds. Now, not everybody can do it. I have not been able to do it yet. I am expanding my consciousness far enough where I believe I'm getting close, but I can tell you that I have literally witnessed people do it. You can speed up if you. This takes a lot of skill. And it's a lot of practice, and some people are more disposed to being able to do things, you know, like kinetically. But I have actually witnessed it myself. I have witnessed somebody bend a spoon with their mind. So I know it's possible. I've seen it in person. I've seen it more than once in person.
No way. Are you serious?
Yep.
Did it freak you out?
No, because I knew it was possible anyways. It may not have happened with me in the presence of it had I had any reservations that it was possible. I just absolutely knew that it was possible. I mean, there was just no doubt in my mind that it was completely possible. Like, that to me is normal behavior because that is how the universe operates. So can that bend? Yes. And people can do it. And you don't even have to be in the same room as the spoon. You have to be in the same state as the spoon. You can bend the spoon by connecting to the spoon outside of space and time. It's a whole different, I mean, the whole world is going to, people are eventually going to fully change the way that we understand how things work. It just doesn't work.
And I'm not kidding. Now, this is funny, but I'm not joking. I've seen someone do, drugs.
Right.
And I've seen them do the drugs, and then they actually ran on the wall, down the wall, and then came back down. And I went, holy moly. It was a buddy of mine's dad that we were hanging out with. And he did this. And then all of a sudden he runs, and he's running on the wall, and we're watching him, and he runs down. And I looked at my buddy, and I went, did that really just happen? He goes, that really just happened.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we should smoke some pot.
Dude, look,
I went, no, I don't want to smoke anything.
No, I mean, look,
That was the
reality is
craziest thing.
much wilder than anybody can possibly imagine.
Do you think psychedelics or certain drugs can make you lose reality enough to do that kind of thing?
Absolutely, yeah.
But that guy's probably not going to live very long.
Doesn't mean it's safe to do that, but absolutely you can drop enough. I mean, yes, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
That's amazing to me because it, and I have I've never, dude. I'm going to tell you, I don't think I've ever been in that state before. But I've seen people like that one guy. I remember going, what the hell? That just happened. And it wasn't my imagination because I wasn't doing drugs. I was just sitting there going,
right.
I looked at my buddy, like, did that just really happen? He did, just like the freaking Matrix.
I mean, dude, there's you call them superhuman abilities, and there's all kinds of different explanations for ways that certain things happen. But
so
when you start taking off the limitation,
gravity with your mind.
I mean, essentially, there's so many things that you can do. Well, I'm not going to say control gravity, essentially, but it is the environment that you're in, right? So it may not necessarily be gravity as a whole, but you can manipulate the spaces that you are in much more than we're told that you can.
So the monks that we see that are levitating.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly. That's a perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because when I see those videos, I go, man. I mean, that's.
Yep.
That I want to do that, but then how much time it takes to get to that spot?
I will say this. Today, it takes a whole lot less time than it did back then. The amount of information that is coming in that we are able to process. I mean, that's very complicated as well. But right now, it's kind of like people being able to do on the personal work level, right? People call it shadow work too, where like you can process through more in 1 hour today than you could 5 years ago. It would have taken you 5 years ago. It would have taken you a year or 2 years. Sometimes some things are lifetimes, and you can process it in 1 week now. I mean, the amount of information that we process right now is about
probably 10 times.
So when you and I were born, the data point ratio, which is how much information we can process in 1 hour of time, was roughly 1 hour of data. This is a kind of a model to help people understand it. 1 hour of data came in 1 hour parcels, right? And then over certain amounts of time, it sped up a little bit. Around 1987, it sped up to about 3 hours of data. So what's happening is that data is increasing, right? What's coming in from, you can call it a cosmic level or a divinity level. We're not seeing it per se, but this is what's actually coming into us on an energetic level. All right. So where we're at right now, and it's gone up exponentially and continues to go up exponentially. But as of a couple of days ago, we're roughly processing 800,000 hours of information per hour. 800,000.